The Bellroy Transit Backpack is a 28-liter travel-focused backpack that has a lot of smart organization going on, as well as ample space in the main compartment. I'm Tom, the founder of Pack Hacker, where we use our expertise and real-world experience to provide practical resources and honest opinions, guiding you towards smarter travel. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. At the time of this review, Nathan and I have been using the Bellroy Transit Backpack for the last 2 weeks in Detroit, Michigan. When we received this bag 2 weeks ago, we created a short video over on our other YouTube channel, Pack Hacker Quick Hits, to get some ideas from you on what you want to know and what you want to see included in this review. So as we go through, we'll be addressing those comments as well. Let's dive right in. Material and aesthetic is really where the Bellroy Transit Backpack shines, and Bellroy typically does a great job in selecting the materials and pulling them together in a thoughtful way. From a branding perspective, we have a Bellroy word mark on a leather tab here at the front bottom of the bag, and then we have the Bellroy owl on the left shoulder strap as well. The bag comes in 3 colorways, all with different materials. The black version, which we have here, comes in nylon and feels really great to the touch. The ink blue comes in a recycled venture weave polyester, and it's the same material as the sling that we reviewed a couple of weeks ago. It still has a great feel to it, however this black nylon version feels a little bit softer. And lastly, the charcoal bag, which has a recycled soft woven polyester. Generally, we like that Bellroy is using more recycled materials. They're definitely moving towards that, and still they have a lot of great colorways offered as well. A lot of us here at Pack Hacker HQ really dig the look of this bag, but we decided to throw it out to our Instagram followers as well, and here are the results. Make sure to go follow at Pack Hacker on Instagram if you want to be involved in future polls. To answer a question from Sawyer S, you could potentially use this as an everyday bag, but the massive compartment inside is definitely better geared towards travel. Plus, there are no compression features on this bag like some other hybrid bags offer. That being said, at 28 liters, it is a little bit on the smaller side for a travel pack, which lends itself a little bit more to a EDC bag. And Sean N, we agree with you. A 35-liter version of this bag would be great to see as well. This one is 28 liters. We'll see what Bellroy decides to do in the future, if they decide to make it a larger version or if they think 28 liters is enough. Onto the other key materials of this bag, we have YKK AquaGuard zippers for additional weather protection. We have magnetic buckles on the sternum strap, which is satisfying to use and works well. We have nice and professional feeling leather zipper pulls, ITW plastic hardware, especially on the keychain on the interior of the bag, which we'll get into in a second, plus premium feeling metal and aluminum hardware on places like the adjustable shoulder straps. Kicking it off with the harness system, we have some dense shoulder straps that are very comfortable to wear. To answer this question from Tom A, even with this bag fully loaded, it is still quite comfortable. At 28 liters, you don't really need an option for a hip belt or load lifters. That being said, you are going to feel it pretty much in any bag if you fill this up with some really heavy camera gear or the like. One thing that I have noticed in testing is while this bag is on and under a heavy load, I can start to feel the edges of the straps on my shoulders and chest a little bit. A brand like Tom Bin solves this on their Scenic 30 by using edgeless shoulder strap design, so you don't have these edges that you can feel as you wear the bag. Speaking of Tom Bin, here's a question from Gino regarding the size of the Synapse 25 and the Scenic 30 compared to the Bellroy Transit Backpack. Generally, I'd say this is closer to the Scenic 30. The Scenic 30 can actually hold a lot, even though it has a little bit more of a round appearance. However, the Bellroy Transit is a lot more of a rectangular shape, so I think this one is a little bit more space optimized, even though it is 2 liters less. And while we're on size, this is a question from Ari M. He asks whether or not the 26-liter GR1 will be larger than the Bellroy Transit Backpack. I would say that it would feel larger in actual use because the GR1 26-liter is basically a giant box, whereas with the Bellroy Transit, you have a lot of organization pockets going on, a little bit rounder and a more professional look. So I would say the 26-liter GR1 may feel a little bit bigger than this bag. Moving down the straps, we have a very adjustable sternum strap on this rail-like design here, and you can remove it if you bring this to the very top. It'll just slide right off quite easily. Most bags will hide this top part a little bit more, making it really hard to slide the sternum strap off, but Bellroy leaves ample space for easy removal. Behind all this, we have two foam padded back panels with ridges, a little bit of texture, and some mesh for added airflow. We definitely like that that's here. It does feel slightly technical, but it still looks really great, so you get the benefit of the feature without the ugliness of it, and we really dig that. It's still streamlined and looks nice. It's also worth noting that the bag has a natural curve to it. I personally found this to be really great in testing. However, for Nathan, he kind of felt the bottom of the bag go into his back. It just depends on your body type. At the end of the straps, we have nice, smooth aluminum strap adjusters, which glide really easily. And I love the feel of this material down here on the straps. They're just really soft and feel nice in the hand. And lastly, we have some plastic strap keepers on the straps as well. That'll basically give you that dangle-free experience, allow you to manage excess straps. The top panel features that same material with a little bit of padding jammed between it to create a very comfortable grab. Other than that, there is not a ton more going on the outside of this bag, and we like that. It looks slick and it is nice and streamlined. Kicking it off with the quick grab pocket on the top of the bag, the lay flat YKK zipper here is a nice touch, and it really stays low profile and out of the way. We like this drop pocket, although opening it up, there is not a ton of depth, so there's a decent amount of width. It's gonna work well for flatter items like your wallet or your phone, or maybe some chapstick, things like that. And there is this stretchy mesh material in here that'll allow you to fill it up with more and stretch the pocket out. However, just note that it is a pretty small drop pocket. It does have its advantages though. It doesn't cut into the main compartment of this bag too much. This vertical pocket on the front opens up with the leather tab and nice AquaGuard YKK zipper. This is a great larger pocket to stuff your jacket into if you'd like. Plus there is one horizontal pocket that could be good for a small notebook like field notes, and then two pen, pencil, and stylus pockets here for writing utensils, anything of that nature. And then we have this keychain at the top here. This is that ITW plastic keychain I was talking about earlier. This keychain definitely does its job, however, it does not match the premium look and feel of the rest of the bag. Also, we like the size of the horizontal pocket. However, we have found that when pockets are horizontal on vertical bags like this, things can get jostled around and become unorganized inside of the bag. Next up, we have the concealed side pockets that have this kind of concealed zipper going on with a small heat shrink paracord loop zipper pull that are just hidden and out of the way. This opens up to reveal a nicely sized water bottle pocket. The water bottle pocket goes down to about the bottom of the bag, so right where the seam is here. Ample space on the inside as well. To answer a question from Ranison S, are these water bottle pockets waterproof? Well, not really. They do use a thick liner that is nicely weather resistant, but you definitely wouldn't want to fill up the entire pocket with water or anything like that. And the bag can stand on its own depending on how you have it packed out, but just naturally it doesn't really do that, and you have to really pack it in a specific way, maybe with like a heavy camera cube at the bottom that's going to give it its shape. There are bags that definitely do a better job at standing up on their own. Next up, my favorite compartment towards the back here, the laptop compartment, and that's going to open up with a weather-resistant YKK AquaGuard zipper. There's some nice soft material on the interior here that's great for just sticking in your laptop, plus there's a false bottom, so that ends about right here. It protects your laptop from unexpected drops. There are two pieces of fabric on the side here that prevent the pocket from opening up a little bit too much with the horseshoe zipper design. At the top of the compartment, there is another horseshoe zipper as well with a little bit of padding and structure here. This is great for opening up and putting in any tech accessories, any cords, a laptop charger, things of that nature. And the thing that I really like about this pocket is that it has ample size for all that stuff. It's really great positioning for all your tech gear. So you pull out your laptop, everything here, maybe a computer mouse, is just fully accessible and ready to go. One note on this pocket is that it will cut into the main compartment of the bag, so just don't overstuff it too much. And last but not least, opening up the main compartment of this bag. We have questions from Rebecca W. and Jeffrey O. regarding the size of the main compartment of this backpack. And we can fit in one medium-sized Peak Design packing cube and one small Peak Design packing cube quite easily. One thing to note is that these packing cubes from Peak Design have these kind of rounded corners going on. Packing cubes that are more square may have a little bit more trouble fitting so nicely inside of here because this bag is slightly rounded at the corners. You probably don't want to vertically stack packing cubes either because there's a lot of pocketing going on in the top flap, which we'll take a look at in a second, and the exterior pockets. So just one layer of packing cubes is great, and you can still take advantage of the other pockets in the bag. In the bottom of this main compartment, we have a nice stretchy elastic compression strap. I'd be curious to see how long the stretchiness lasts as the bag is used for longer. And just a note, you can really see where that top tech pocket really cuts into the main compartment of the bag. And then taking a look at the top flap, we have a nice, smaller, stretchy mesh pocket here. There's something I really like about Bellroy mesh. It is nice and stretchy and really great to the touch. And then you have this bigger mesh compartment here that goes over the entirety of the top flap of the bag. That's gonna be great for storing things like socks and underwear and other small items. And to answer Finn's question, yes, you can absolutely fit more than a day or two of clothing here, especially if you've looked at some of our other content, including our packing lists, where we try to find the smallest items possible, and our guides, where we talk about how to streamline the travel experience. So make sure to check both those out over on packhacker.com. We will leave you some links in the description below this video. At the time of this video, Nathan and I have been testing the Bellroy Transit Backpack around Detroit, Michigan for 2 weeks. The curve of the bag isn't ideal for Nathan. He found it a little bit uncomfortable, and this part seemed to dig into his lower back a little bit more than me. However, I found the bag quite comfortable. In testing, we have been digging the overall organization and all the smart thinking going on. I've especially enjoyed holding my tech gear in that laptop compartment in that other horseshoe pocket. I think it's just a great place to put your tech stuff, just very easy to get access to, and I've really been enjoying that feature. We like that the bag offers overall smart pockets like this, but they're not too big to cut into the main capacity of the travel backpack where you're gonna wanna put in packing cubes. So on some other bags, we've found that they kind of have these really big pockets, and when you utilize those, you can't really utilize the main liter capacity of the pack. Not the case with the Bellroy Transit Backpack. Everything is pretty streamlined. So to wrap this thing up with some pros and cons, starting with the pros, the Bellroy Transit Backpack uses some great quality materials and construction that feel excellent in the hand. We're really digging the optimized layout and organization. It's also a comfortable carry for 28 liters. These straps are nice and padded, and you don't really need a hip belt or load lifters. On to some of the cons, the curved back panel does not work well for all body types. The top drop pocket is a little on the small side. And we don't love the horizontal pocket inside of the front zippered pocket. The Transit Backpack has everything you'd expect from Bellroy. An excellent look and feel with solid materials to back it up, smart pocket configuration, and a great blend of organization, plus open space to make it a solid, organizable travel backpack. Although we have a couple of nitpicks, overall this makes an excellent, smaller backpack for travel if you're up for the smaller 28 liter capacity. Plus, we're convinced those small design details will continue to impress. So there you have it, our review of the Bellroy Transit Backpack. We would love to hear what you think of this bag in the comments below. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.